Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Hi everybody, it's Doreen and I'm back today with a Mother's Day card. Now this card is going to be a quick and easy and simple card, and we are using the Silhouette today, so no Cricket and no Gypsy. So what does our card look like today? This is the card that we will be making. So come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how you can make this quick, simple, and easy card. Okay everybody, so before we go ahead and get started and put our card together, I thought I wanted to go over just a few things that in the Silhouette software. Now I'm using the Designer Edition, but this also works with the Silhouette version as well that comes with your Cameo. So now I wanted to explain that you don't have to go out to the Silhouette online store through your internet to go ahead and start purchasing your images. You can actually do it also through the software itself. So you would just open up the Silhouette software, and then there's a S over here on the left hand side. It says show online store, and you just go ahead and you click on that, and then you would log in with your email address and your password. Once you've done that, then it takes you to the home page of the Silhouette online store, and then you can just go ahead and start looking for your particular image, or just look at all the images. Right now the Silhouette online store is having a sale. All their images are 50% off, but that's going to last April 24th through May 2nd. So if you're looking at this video now, the sale may be over, because I don't know if I'm going to get this video online before the sale is over. So what I did was I wanted to find what they had for Mother's Day or Mother's Day cards. So I just basically went up to the search and I typed in just the word mother, and I clicked go, and what that does is it brings up all of the things that they have in the store regarding mother. Now you can go ahead and filter that out, and if you just want to look for 3D crafts or regular cut or print and cut or printable patterns and so forth, you can do that by just taking out the check mark box in all, and then just go ahead and choose whichever one you want, and then click update filters and go ahead and do your, it'll do your search for you again. So I've decided to take a Mother's Day card, and the card that I've chosen is this one right here. Now it does say that I own it, which I've already purchased it and downloaded it to my Silhouette. So now let's go ahead and go back to my library, and I've placed it in my folder called cards, and let's go ahead and look for that card, and here it is right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and double click, and it's going to add it to my mat. Now I already had a mat open, so what I'm going to do is just delete that. And this is actually my card, but I did some ungrouping and so forth, so I want to walk you through that. So let's get a new mat, and then we'll go ahead and do that again, and we'll double click. So now this is what your image is going to come in like, and as I've said on previous videos, I like to reveal my mat. So I'm going to click on the open the page tools window, which shows your mat, and then you can go ahead and reveal. And as you can see, I'm going to click on the image, and you can see that it is all one. Now because I want to cut this in different colors, I'm going to go ahead and ungroup it by going down here to the bottom and clicking the ungroup. And the other way you can do this is right click and ungroup, and your image is now ungrouped. So Let's try that again. Okay, so now it should be ungrouped. There we go. So now I'm just going to move this over to the side because I'm going to have this one color, and this piece right here is all one piece. So that'll be my next color, and then the Best Mom is one piece. And you can go in if you want, and you can ungroup that as well and make those different colors also, but I want mine to be all the same color. So I'm just going to lay my pieces on the mat, and then I can go ahead and cut my image. The other thing that I've decided I want to do is I want to put some rolled flowers on here. So what I did was I went back to the Silhouette store and I did a search on rolled flowers, and I then once again downloaded that to my library. So I've gone ahead and placed that under a folder that I've called Flowers. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 3D Flowers. I haven't moved it yet. So this is the one that I want, and I'm just gonna click that and it adds it to my mat. Now I don't want it that big, so I'm going to change the size, and I want mine to be about 2.5 inches. So I'm going to click my image, and then I'm going to go up to my open the scale window, and as you can see now it's coming in at 6.425, and my locked aspect ratio is checked because that means that it's going to make this proportion. So what I want to do is I just want to make this 2.5. I'm going to keep the lock aspect ratio and click apply, and then I've got the size that I want. Now I've decided I want to cut 2 of these, so I could go ahead and do a right click and click copy and then click paste, but to make it easier on myself, I'm just going to click the replicate window and I'm going to click duplicate below, and then I can continue doing that, or if I want it I could go ahead, click my image and say give me a row of 4, and it will give me a row of 4, but it put them on the right hand side, which is off my mat. So what I can do is I could go ahead and group all these together and then mirror them to the left, but I'm going to delete them for now because I don't need those, and I accidentally undeleted or deleted my Best Mom, so I'm going to just click that undo button and make sure I get the right flower and then hit my delete key on my keyboard. So once again, let's try this. Well, we're going to just fill up the page. So if I click fill page over here on the right, it should fill up my page with the rolled flower. Now it may take a moment because I have several little pieces in here that it needs to go ahead and draw out. So that would be how you fill your page. If you wanted to make several of these and then just put them to the side for later and use them later. So now let's go ahead and cut all of our images out and meet me back at the table, and we're going to put this really simple card together. One more thing that I forgot to mention is if you want to make an envelope, which I do, you can go ahead and use your Martha Stewart scoreboard or whatever tool that you have to make an envelope. But I'm going to use an envelope that is in the Silhouette software. Now I've already gone ahead and downloaded this envelope from the website, and I'm going to go to my folder that says envelopes, and the envelope that I'm going to use is this one right here, which is a letter size simple envelope. So I kind of like the curve because it matches the curve in the card. So I'm just going to double click it, and it's going to add it to my mat, which is right here. So we just need to move this over, and you're going to need a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. Now you shouldn't do any resizing for this because it's going to cut it the exact size that your card is going to fit. And to make sure it's going to fit, I'm just going to take this piece right here and line it up in here, And as you can see, that fits in there with just a little ease. So now let's go ahead and cut it out and meet me back at the table. Okay, everybody, so you should have cut out your card with the colors that you like. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up my supplies so we can get started making this simple and easy card. Now, what I've done is I've gone ahead, and as you can see, that piece cuts out as one, like this. So what you need to do is just go ahead and score along there so that that lays flat. So I'm just going to take my Teflon score tool and crease that across, and then this just slides in like so here. So we're going to take the ATG gun and get some tape across here. So let me move this to the side. Oh, wrong piece. We're going to put the tape on this piece. So just run you some tape along all the way across. And make sure I get some, because we want this to lay down flat. So I'm going to get as much tape on there as I can. And then we're just going to take this, and if you want to put a little saying inside there, you can if you want. I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to, I guess I'll move this up first, and then we'll just go back and score that again. And you want to kind of line this up, and then you're just going to press that down. So, got some glue there. And press down like so, and then you'll fold this over. So I'm just going to take this again and score along here, because I want that to lay really flat, like so. So now we'll go ahead and add the Best Mom, and I cut this out, and this paper, I'm sorry if I didn't say, this is some of the Recollections cardstock, both pieces, the pink as well as the polka dot. And then I've gone ahead and cut my Best Mom using some of the Georgia Pacific. And I find sometimes that I have problems that it doesn't cut all the way through sometimes with the Georgia Pacific. I think in this particular case I had the blade set too high. So just be careful when you do that. I had it set at 4, and I probably should have set it at 3. So I'm going to take my two-way zig pen and get some glue all along here. I've got a brand new pen, and I'm going to kind of angle mine up in the air so it reads like so. But I want to make sure I give myself enough room for the mom. So I'm just going to kind of put this and line it up right there, and then just press down. And then I'm going to put some glue on my mom, and I'm going to get a scrap sheet of paper here, or we'll use the mat just to get that glue on, because I don't want to get it on that paper. And I'm going to dot along here. And if you have your Xyron, you can use a Xyron too. I just happen to have the glue pen handy. So, okay everybody, I am back. I ended up having to cut out the word Mom, because, warning, make sure that you clean your mat off before you lay white paper down on top of it. Because when I went to do that, I guess from a previous card, I had not cleaned off my mat, and when I flipped over my word, I had some of the paint that I use when I use my Yasutomo paints, and it was on the front of my word Mom, so I couldn't put that on the card, so I had to recut the word Mom again. So now let's go ahead and add this to our card, and I'm going to lay it down and angle it up like so, and then I'm just going to press that down. So now I've got the front of my card with my wording on it. So now let's go ahead and add some embellishments. So what I'm going to be adding is this flower, and I'm going to place this flower right here. Now these flowers are from the scrapbooking haul that I did. I did a video on that a weekend or so ago, or something, somewhere in there. And they look like this. They came in a box, and I got this whole set for, I believe it was $1.50. And then they also have the centers that you can put in the center, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the rolled flowers that we cut out using our Silhouette, and I've already rolled the flower, but it's very simple to roll. I use this tool to roll my flowers. It has a little slit in the inside, and you just go ahead, and I'm just going to take this. Now I rolled it real tight, and then I let it loosen up. So I'm going to glue the bottom down, which it looks like I did already, so I don't have to worry about that. And I'm just going to add that right there in the center. The other thing that I did was I took my Copic marker, my airbrush system, and this is the R32 Peach. And I also used the dark pink, which is the RV34, and airbrushed just a little bit the white cardstock, because I did cut these out in white. So I'm just going to take that, and we're going to put that in the center of our flower. So let me get some glue in here, and we'll add this to the center. So we're going to just put this down for right now first, and then we're going to add that flower to the card. And I'm going to place that right there. So I'm going to get some glue on the back of my flower. And then we can add it to the card. So we've got a little dollop there. And we'll flip this over. And then I'm just going to place it right there. So that's the front of our card. So now what I want to do is I want to add some, of course, you know I have to add my bling. So I'm going to add the bling, and I'm going to come back and we'll put our envelope together, and then we'll have our completed card. Okay everybody, so I'm back and I've added my bling to the front of the card. So this is what it looks like. So let's real quickly go ahead and put the envelope together. So this is the pieces for the envelope, and I cut this envelope using this paper pack. It's called Back to Basics by the Paper Studio. So now what we're going to do is just go ahead and fold on the perforated lines. And I know a lot of people don't like the little dashes that cut out when you do this on your Cricut as well as on a Silhouette, but I don't mind the dashes. So I'm going to get my tool out and make sure I get those creases in there. And we'll go ahead and do this side as well. And then we'll do the top all along here. So now what we need to do is just take our glue and put our envelope together. So I'm going to use some of this Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive and just get some glue along here. And you don't need that much, just to glue my sides together. And then we'll put this envelope together. So I'm going to press down, and there we have our envelope. So now for the front of the envelope, what I'm going to do is I went back and I cut this Happy Mother's Day out, and I used the Silhouette, and this is a studio file, so you'll find this in the online store. And I use, recognize this cardstock? That's right, that's some of that pink cardstock. So I'm going to place that right there. Now for the size of this, what I did was I took my envelope and I went ahead and measured this piece in there so I knew that it would fit correctly. So let me get that size for you. So that ended up being 3.5 inches in the height. So you just put the 3.5 in there and make sure you check the box to lock the aspect ratio, or you can just go ahead and bring up your envelope and measure this inside to make sure it fits. So I'm going to go and add this on using the two-way zip pen. So we'll get some glue all over. And then we're going to place this on the front of the card. And if you want, as I said before, you can use your Xyron pen, your Xyron machine to run it through as well. So let's get this all the way around here. And it looks like we've got enough on there. And then I'm going to take my tweezers and I'm going to put this on the front of the envelope so I can get it laid right where I want it. And I'm going to place it right there in the center. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm taking another one of those flowers that came in that flower set. And I want to place that there. And I've cut out another rolled flower. So let's get some glue on the back of here and get this down first, and then we'll add the rolled flower in the center of this. So we can place that right there, and then we'll take our rolled flower and get some glue on the back of that. And as I said, I could have used the centers that came with the flower set, but I kind of like the rolled flowers. I'll get the glue stragglers out of there. So that's it, everybody. That is my simple and quick, easy Mother's Day card. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.